Yo, what's happening? How you guys doing? This is episode 7, GoldenEye, Nintendo 64. You know, when this game originally came out, I remember... First I went to see the movie, obviously. But then I jumped into this game, and I really didn't expect much from the game. I thought it's just gonna be one of those licensed games. You go in there and whatever. But then, to my surprise, was I totally surprised playing this game. I had countless and countless of just endless times playing this game with my friends. We would like do a split screen multiplayer match. We would do a LAN match. We would connect all the other Nintendo 64s with 2, 3, or 4 televisions. We would have like a LAN party, local LAN party with a bunch of televisions connected together, and we would like play all of this day in, day out, night in, night out, man. And I mean, hypothetically speaking, like we would like play this non-stop. And to me, Nintendo 64, the main reason I purchased Nintendo 64 was obviously because of Zelda. To me, Zelda was the reason for me to purchase Nintendo 64. But when this thing came out, when GoldenEye came out, I was just like, seriously guys, I barely touched my Zelda after that. I was just so into this. And I think GoldenEye was the breakthrough, letting everybody know that yes, it is possible to have a first-person shooter type of a multiplayer game on a console. And this was like a first step into what it's to follow. And of course, we've seen Half-Life, Half-Life 2, we've seen Time Splitters, we've seen a bunch of other games advance what GoldenEye has done here. You know, I'm pretty sure Halo took from GoldenEye. Everybody took something from GoldenEye in terms of first-person shooter games. And GoldenEye was that first breaking ice. You know, GoldenEye broke the ice for everybody else out there to go ahead and not mimic, but kind of follow in the same footsteps, use the same formula. What I'm trying to say, what GoldenEye did here, GoldenEye has broke the ice of the new formula, and that new formula that you're seeing right now, it's implemented really from GoldenEye. You know, let's not forget, this is a very old game. This is like, what, 25 years ago? Is it 25? 25 years ago. That's how old this game is. And it's still good today. I mean, I would play it on my emulator. I think you guys seen the video where I did a 4K version, native 4K version on the Dolphin emulator. This is still an emulator, but this is pre-recorded. I pre-recorded this. This is in its original native resolution, okay? Because I think this game runs the best when it is in its original 480p original resolution. So I left it at 480p, and you guys probably will be seeing it 720p upscaled, but it is in 480p original native source. And I still play it. I mean, I still have fun playing this game. It's still a great game, even after 25 years. And that's what's so cool about these old games. They're timeless. I mean, they never really age that much. Even after 25 years, I go back to this game and I'm like, man, it never gets old, you know? And I think that's what's missing in today's world of gaming, is you don't have those types of games. Here's what I'm trying to say. The reason I'm doing this whole episodes on nostalgia gaming, it's because I want you guys to understand that back then I didn't mind spending $60, $120. I used to drop $400 to $300 within a week or within a month. $400 within a month I would spend just on games. So I didn't mind spending money on the games because they had certain value. You can always play them, you can always pick it up, play it with your friends, you can always have a good time playing those games, you know. But you don't You don't see that anymore with today's games, honestly. And I can say this because this is coming from somebody who actually lived through the evolution of all these games. And I can tell you that today's gaming, it's really about just a quick grab cash. It's all about the cash grab. And that's the one thing that I don't like. For example, look at the Crew. The Crew 2. People have been asking me, how come you're not playing the Crew 2? Here's the deal. I am not a fan of a game being always online. Okay? I prefer to have a single player experience as well. Okay? It is cool that you have that online capability to be playing with the other people, but how come you don't give me the capability to play offline? Maybe I don't feel like playing with a bunch of people today. Maybe I'm not in the mood to be online with some random people playing. Maybe I want to play offline. So let me go across country offline without being online. But you can't do that on the Crew 2. You have to be always connected to their servers, and you always have to be online. So let's look at this. So you're gonna spend $63 just so that you can be on somebody's server. And then on top of that, you want to spend another $60 for a season pass and all the DLCs and whatnot. So $100 for a game that you don't really even own. You're just leasing it. You're leasing their service, their servers. And I'm not a huge fan of this. I'm a fan of this. This game, GoldenEye, I can play it 100 years from now. I mean, obviously, I'm not a vampire. I'm not going to live that long, you know. At least to my knowledge. I don't suck blood. Or do I? Just kidding. Relax, okay? I'm not some Lord Redgrave vamp, okay? So I like games like this. Games where you're not tied or tethered to an internet, where you don't have to have an internet just to play a damn game. With these old consoles and with these old games, you have a sense of ownership. Like, you can always play this. You can take it anywhere with you, as long as you have electricity and as long as you have a capable TV that can support composite cables. All right, because that's what your TV has to have, a composite. You can always buy an old TV, man. They're giving it away, man. You can get it for like dirt cheap, for like 50 cents, $1, $5. You can get these old freaking TVs. Okay, get a composite cable, plug it in, and play it, you know, and enjoy that old classic nostalgia gaming. And that's what I'm gonna be doing in the future. I'm gonna be buying all these old games, and I'm gonna be live streaming them, actually, as a matter of fact. Okay, and the way I'm going to live stream it, it's going to be via splitter. I'm gonna use a splitter that transfers a composite signal into the HDMI signal, but it's still going to be 480p original source signal, and I'm going to do that in the future. So that's what I'm planning to do. And I'm also going to do some videos where I'm going to purchase these old TVs like RCA, Toshiba, old Sony ones, Sony, whatever, these old RCA Radio Shack. How about RCA Radio Shack televisions with a composite cable? Okay, and then I'm gonna show you via my camera, when I do these videos, I'm gonna show you basically how these what it was like back then to be playing these types of games, you know, where you don't have to have any internet. You don't even have to have an internet service in your house. You could be totally off the grid. All you need is electricity or a generator. Okay, plug in your TV to the AC outlet, plug in your console, connect your composite cable to your composite capable television, and off you go. All you're gonna need is a memory card so you can save the game. That is, you own something. Okay, what I'm trying to come across the point here is, when you have something like that, that means that you own the game. that you own the console. Okay, you don't have to be checked by Microsoft or by Sony and you have to pay some ridiculous 20 bucks a month service just so that way you can play the game, you know? So, to me, this is why I'm doing these episodes, you know. Yes, my channel mainly it's for televisions and showing you various picture settings that I use, and then doing reviews on some of these movies in HDR and Dolby Vision comparisons and whatnot. But I think when it comes to gaming, this is where the gaming was at its best. You can ask anybody from my generation, they're going to tell you this was the time. These were the great times where being a gamer was like really cool. Today, being a gamer, it's like, how should I put this without hurting anybody's feelings? It's acceptable. Look, here's what I'm trying to say. I get it. I'm coming from a different generation, obviously. As you can see, I'm old. I'm an old fart. But I understand. I get it. If you're born into this generation, you don't know any different. Like, this is what you got. This is what you have. Is being always online, playing games that are always online. I mean, I get that, you know. But here's what you did miss. You missed this. Something like GoldenEye, okay? And this was a joy. Like, I was playing this last night when I came home. I was preparing these videos, and it was such. It put a smile on my face. I was like so happy. Like, yes. It brings back the memories. I was like, holy crap. Yeah, this is awesome, dude. It just reminded me what a great time I had. You know, it is not just that these games were fun, but when you play these games, it reminds you, gives you a flashback of just how much fun you had with your friends and you know, hanging around with your other buddies, and then even playing these games with your girlfriends, like with my previous ex-girlfriends, you know, we used to play. Yeah, we played this, believe it or not. We all played this. We would just, at night, we'd get drunk, whatever, and play a little bit of this, and controllers would be thrown into a monitor or whatever. Some controls would be thrown into a wall, drywall, and they would be stuck there. I have destroyed, I can't tell you how many countless controllers I have destroyed with this game. I spend more money on Nintendo 64's controller with this game than I did for anything else. So, the point I'm trying to come across here is I'm taking you to a memory. I'm driving you down a memory lane, and I'm letting you know just what a great memories this game brings to me. Now, you look at the graphics. Obviously, this is a 25-year-old game. So, don't expect the graphics to be in par with today's graphics. But considering how old this game is, it still holds up. It still looks good. And it still plays good for a 25-year-old game. It's timeless. This is why I always say the games like these are timeless. These classic games are timeless, and they are in many respects. And the music too. The music was so much fun. They used this electronic piano. They edited everything. They put together with the music. The music was suitable. It was great. It really had that feel of James Bond, GoldenEye. And it was just fun. Fun game to go around and just have fun. It's like a fun time. You know, I was thinking while I was playing this yesterday, especially this level, and as I was recording this while I was playing it, I was thinking, how cool would it be if PlayStation VR can somehow get the rights from Nintendo and implement this game, Nintendo and Rare, and implement this game into a PlayStation VR. Imagine how cool that would be to play this on PlayStation VR. And then you go on multiplayer. Like there's a multiplayer, everybody puts in a VR headsets, and then you use your aim controller, and you do this game with an aim controller. GoldenEye on PlayStation VR with an aim controller would be just, to me, like God sent. And you put the voice activation so you can talk to other people as you're playing. Sony, Nintendo, especially Sony, if you guys are not thinking of this, you need to think of this. You need to resurrect GoldenEye and do a GoldenEye PlayStation VR with an aim controller, multiplayer. Oh, it'd be so much fun. So much fun. Or you can do a split screen and multiplayer. So if you have other buddies come to your house with a PlayStation VR, they can put it on, use the aim controller, and do like a local LAN type of tournament gaming. I remember the ship, being on the ship. It's pretty cool. It was such a fun game, dude. You see how the music changes as you go to a next level, as you progress, the music keeps changing. It was so much fun, man. Like I had tears on my eyes because I was tears of joy and happiness. That's what it was, man. I was just so happy, like, oh my God. It made me feel good. I was like, I was like so stressed yesterday. I had some personal drama to deal with in my personal life. As you all know, I keep my life private and personal because it's nobody's business but mine, you know. You are here to talk about the video games, televisions, and focused only on the subject of this channel. You know, I always tell people I'm not here to talk about my life, my private life, and I appreciate everyone that respects that. You know, I like to keep my life private. You know? So anyway, besides the point, like I said, I was dealing with some BS yesterday, some drama, some stress, and some bunch of crap. It was just a crappy day. Like, it's just a shitty Monday. Let's put it that way. And it was a shitty Monday. So anyway, came home. I was tired. Finished my work at like a long, 16-hour work. Came back. Popped in this game. Started recording it. Did Silent Hill as well. What I mean, popped in this game. I used my laptop. Boot up the my Dolphin emulator, and of course my PlayStation X2 emulator as well. As you all know, I've done emulator live streams. You've seen it. I've done videos on it. I have all those videos there. I got close to 3,000 videos. So any questions you guys ask me, whether it's an OLED or LG or any kind of television out there, guys, I have 3,000 videos. They're all there. Just scroll down through all my videos. You're gonna find them. Now, granted, I need to put some of these videos in a selection department so that way you guys can find it easier. I need to organize my 3,000 videos, which I'm going to do that in the future. I'm going to organize all 3,000 of my videos. They're going to be put in different departments, so that way you can, if you're looking for OLED, you're going to find the OLED department of videos. You're looking for the TCL, you're going to find TCL, and Samsung and all, Versus and this and that. Okay, I'm going to do that in the future. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make, like, I was so happy to be playing this game yesterday as I was recording this, and it just reminded me, the point I'm trying to bring back here, it reminded me of just how much fun I had playing this game. It's just how cool it was to be playing GoldenEye. Going back to these levels and getting that nostalgic feeling, you know. And that's what this really it's about. That's what this video is about. It's about me taking you down to that nostalgic feeling, me commentating and letting you know my experience that I had with these games. Because as you all know, I'm old. I'm 40 years old, and I grew up playing these games. I was there for Dreamcast. I was there for Sega Genesis. I was there for Super Nintendo, NES. I was there for Spectrum ZX. I was there for Commodore 64. I was there for Amiga 500. I was there for various different Ataris. So I was there for all of these games. Therefore, I can tell you exactly what it was like to be playing these games at that time, and just how much fun I had. I mean, I'm very like grateful that actually I had privilege to play all these games, to grow up in a time with all these games that were so revolutionary and classic, and then going back in past and revisiting these games, it just reminds me just what a fun time it was, man, back then, just to be alive and just to play these games. And it was different. It was like a different, almost like a different planet, man. It was just such a different time in comparison to today, you know. So, what else I'm trying to say? In terms of graphics, you know, for Nintendo 64, this was something that was pretty revolutionary. For 1995, you know, when this game was released, 1996 or whatever. This is a long time ago, guys. So to have something like this on your console, on your Nintendo 64, was pretty outstanding. Okay, it was a pretty big deal. Okay, and I know this is hard for you current generation to understand this, because you weren't born at that time. You know, you didn't experience this at that time. But I'm telling you, from my experience, this was pretty groundbreaking, and the graphics were pretty groundbreaking back then. Okay, and they still hold up even after 25 years. I look at this and it still holds up, you know. Now, there was no dialogue in this game. It was just you reading the text, and I liked it. I liked the fact that there was no dialogue, that they didn't have some voiceover. I just liked it better that way. It worked better. Believe me, it worked better that way. Now I can do some voiceover if you guys want me to, with a Colonel Snake or Bond Snake. Natalya. Hold on. Alright, Natalya, let's get out of here. Come on. This is Bond Snake. Come on, Natalya. Are you with me or not? Come on. I cannot do Snake today. Gotcha. Alright, let's move on. Who's next? Get some lead. There you go. Come on, have some. Enjoy it. There. Get a load of this. Come on, you bastard. You want to live forever? There you go. Something like, it would be like, it wouldn't be, I don't know if it would be good or not, but you know. Again, I had so much fun, you know, playing this yesterday. I was just like enjoying it, and it was just, it put a smile on my face. It just reminded me how much I love these games. You know, there's Natalya. Come on. And like I said, what's so unique about these games, even to this day, they're still timeless. There's a reason why they're called classic. You know, they're so classic because they revolutionized a certain standard for what's to come. You know, Resident Evil revolutionized a certain standard in the horror genre. GoldenEye revolutionized the way we're gonna be playing first-person shooter console games, because everybody felt like you can't play first-person shooter games on a console because you're using a controller, the PC elitists would say you gotta use a mouse, you gotta use a keyboard. There's this whole like back and forth going on between this and, you know, Counter-Strike and Half-Life. Half-Life obviously and Counter-Strike came in later on, but Quake, like they were saying, you can't play a Quake on a console. It's never going to happen. Stick to your, you know, Mario and your Zelda. All right, only the PC can handle Quake, Quake 1, Quake 2, Quake 3. And guess what? Quake also came out on the console as well. But this GoldenEye proved some of these PC elitists. Guess what? It is possible to play a first-person games on a console as well. And GoldenEye proved that point that yes, you can play first-person shooter games on a console, and you don't necessarily have to have a mouse and a keyboard to do so. You can still do it with a controller. So now, of course, using a mouse and keyboard, it can be much accurate for the first-person shooter games. That's even true for today. But if you look at the sales, if you look at where majority is playing Call of Duty, where's majority playing Call of Duty? On the consoles. Where's majority playing Battlefield? On the consoles. So what does that tell you? It tells you that the consoles have proven not only can you play first-person shooter games with a controller, but actually they have dominated the first-person shooter genre now, much bigger than the PC. So you see what I'm trying to say here. I'm not trying to take sides. I'm just letting you know how the console gaming has evolved. I always prefer the console gaming because I really wasn't a fan of PC, because there was always issues with PC. Your ATI card, which is AMD now, ATI cards, it's not compatible with this game. And your Windows 95, it's not supporting this driver with the Radeon ATI. You need to get NVIDIA GT something, GeForce, whatever. And then the drivers are not compatible with that other game. So you always have to tweak things out. You always have to go through so much jumping hoops just to be able to start a game. And I didn't really have nerves nor time to be messing with that. Okay? First of all, it was expensive. These graphics cards back then were expensive for you to play Quake, Unreal Tournament, Half-Life. You know, they were like super expensive. And they were, oh my god, look at that. And they were really difficult to adjust. You would always have some errors, like you would crash while playing a Quake, or your screen would freeze. There would be always something there. You know what I mean? There will be always something there. Okay? Now, the reason you see that on my screen, my friend popped up. What happened is, as I was recording this through my PC, I'm using Dolphin emulator. As I was recording this through my PC, I have notification on my Windows connected to my Xbox. So whenever somebody's online on the Xbox, my Windows 10 will also notify me as well. So you will see notification on the Windows 10. And as I was recording this, obviously the notification popped up. Cater shot online. So that was my friend there. I mean, it's a she. Okay, in case you guys are wondering, it is a she. It is a she. So what I was gonna say, I was never a fan of PCs. What I'm trying to say, I was never a huge fan of PC gaming because it was, number one, expensive. It was a headache just to get it running, and the game would crash. So you're spending a lot of money just to get the game running, and you have to tweak the game just to get it running. That's with you crossing your fingers whether or not if it's going to work. It was too much of a hassle, too expensive, too many nerves being lost. And to me, that's not having fun. Having fun to me is this. I pop in the disc, I'm good to go. Alright? I don't have to worry about anything. I don't have to tweak anything. Everything's ready for me. To me, that's fun. And I think that was the unique thing about the consoles. And I think this is the point I'm trying to come across. There was something so convenient about these old consoles. Everything was there for you. You buy a game, it's yours. You buy the console, it's yours. You buy that memory card, it's yours. You don't have to tweak anything. Everything was already tweaked for you. Everything was good to go. Very easy to press the power button, good to go. Put in the disc, good to go. Okay? So, with PC, you didn't have that experience. With PC, you were getting... First of all, you were just wasting money left and right. Just so you can get the damn game to run. Okay? Not to mention how many times your game would freeze, and there'd be issues, it would crash. And this was even to this day, I still believe in this. PCs are good. First and foremost, PCs are personal computers. Yes, you can run games on them. I'm not saying you can't. But there's still that issue of compatibility. Okay? Developers can't know what your setup is on the PC. They don't know what your setup is. So therefore, it's impossible for them to get everybody's system running correctly. On a console, everybody has the same system. Everybody has the same specs. Therefore, developers can adjust the game just for that system alone. So you'll never have to tweak anything. You're always going to have that nice experience. And that was the case here with the consoles. And this is why I love consoles, man. There's that famous chopper there that was in the movie. No, Natalya. James, let's go. This way. The helicopter's about to explode. Come on. Come on. Move. What happened to the chopper? Oh, no, it exploded. Oh, no. How did this happen? I have to find a helicopter flight recorder. Wait for me at the gates. Eat some of this, comrade. That was a horrible voiceover. So, yeah, I don't know if there's anything else I can say about the GoldenEye. Nintendo 64, it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I mean, everyone I knew enjoyed this game. Countless of parties. You would go to somebody's house. This is before Halo. Obviously, when Halo came on board in 2001, Halo changed everything on a console. You know, Halo just pretty much raised that standard bar up here, and everything else was history. But before Halo, this was it. This was the one game you would have a party with your friends. Order a pizza, order a beer, whatever. Play a local LAN party with a bunch of different televisions and split screens, and one group here, the other group there. Team 1, Team 2, let's go. Sometimes there will be some money involved with bet money. Okay, if we win 3 rounds, you get $60. If you win 1 round, you get 30. So we would just like split the money, and we do, you know, this is what we did back then. But it was fun. It was fun, social experience with this GoldenEye game, and I had a lot of fun, a lot of great memories, man. You know. So, GoldenEye set that bar. It set the standard that everybody else on a console was following, you know. And even Halo, even Bungie, I guarantee you Bungie was looking at the GoldenEye and they were like, wait a minute. If GoldenEye was able to do something like this, we can implement that on the Xbox new console. And Xbox console uses the PC architecture, so DirectX So we'll be able to bring it to a whole new level, and they did. Bungie did with a Halo Combat Evolved, you know. But Nintendo 64, GoldenEye, this game broke the ice. Let's not forget that. You know, everybody keeps forgetting about this game, and I have to remind them, wait a minute. Before you jump into a Quake, Quake was only for PC. Okay? It was PC only. This was for console. This is a pretty big deal for the consoles, okay? This broke the ice. Sure, Turok came after this. Turok, right? Turok 1 and Turok 2 came after this. Time Splitters came after this. But this broke the ice. The GoldenEye broke the ice. Especially the music. The music was great. Now, I don't think that first of all, this video, it's not going to be monetized because it's Nintendo, so all the proceeds will go toward Nintendo. Okay, I just want to make that clear. All the proceeds are going to Nintendo and Rare, because this is a Nintendo property and Nintendo has their own program, so I have to respect that. So there will be no, I will not take any fee here. All the proceeds will go to Nintendo and Rare and the developer of the game, you know. But like I said, the proceeds, all of the proceeds will go toward Nintendo here. So just letting you guys know, I'm not profiting anything from this video. You know, that's just the way it is with Nintendo program, you know, and we have to respect that, you know. Now you look at these faces and the way they're put them together and into it's funny now, but you guys have to remember this was 25 years ago. Okay, we're talking long time ago. All right, before you guys were even born. It was a long time ago. But it's still fun. Remember, I want to say something else before I end this video. And I think this is something that not many are talking about. Everybody wants games to be realistic. Oh, we want realism. We want realistic gameplay. We want realistic this. We want realistic that. And I'm like, hold up a second. What in the God's ancient alien butthole are you talking about? The whole idea of gaming and being a gamer was to escape reality. To escape reality and have fun. Enjoy yourself. Relax. And that's what this was about. That's what gaming was about. It was about escapism. Escaping from your current reality into this fantasy world of Zelda or GoldenEye or Metal Gear or Final Fantasy. That's what gaming was about. What's the escapism? Escapism. I don't want realistic gaming. I already have that. It's called life. You're living your life, so it's already realistic. I don't want that. I want something that I can escape from realism and let me just have fun. So first and foremost, gaming should be considered fun. Am I having fun? Hey, as long as I'm having fun with this game, that's all that matters. Your money was worth it because you're having fun. If you're not having fun and you spend money on it, then you wasted your money. So we have to take that into consideration. You know, the fun factor. The fun factor should come first above anything else. But then again, this is 2018, July. Things are different. Everything has changed since 25 years ago, obviously. And I'm not going to go through whole detail about that. We all know. People who are my generation, they know exactly just how much dramatically it has changed. Forever. So anyway, it's been 40 minutes. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. And I'm going to see you in the episode 7. This is the episode 6. I'll see you in the episode 7. I'm not going to tell you what that game's going to be, but it'll be a surprise game. You'll see it. And thank you for watching. It's always a pleasure. Make sure you check my previous video, Silent Hill 2, which is also, it's up. Go check it out. And other than that, thank you for watching. It's been real. Have a good one. Take care. I'll catch you later.